everyone, this is my last one. I kind of saved, my first one was my celery chocolate, and hopefully that's going to come out nice, our celery peanut butter. And my next most interesting one I saved for last, which is my grapes that we are going to dip in a confetti vanilla coating. Now, I'm hoping that I can get this out before Easter, but I might not get it out before Easter. But I thought that would look nice if these grapes were coated in a white coating with speckles on them, which these confetti melts have. And the flavor should go very well. I looked online and I can order yogurt melts, but my gosh, they are so expensive. And that's what I would really want to do, is dip these grapes in yogurts, kind of like yogurt coated raisins, but we were going to use the yogurt coated grapes. But they're just so expensive, and I don't have the finances to do that kind of an experiment, not knowing how well they'll come out, what the quality is of the melts and all that. I couldn't find yogurt melts in a store, but I'd have to go to Amazon, and you know, these confetti sound pretty nice. It's a vanilla flavored coating with confetti sprinkles in them, so they should look pretty nice. Now, right now these are frozen solid. If you have never seen my video on blanching grapes, I highly recommend that you blanch your grapes. What that does is it softens that skin, and these grapes are going to dry in about half the time that you're normally used to drying of grapes. When you poke holes in them, cut them in half, and they shrivel up and they change shape, and they're chewy sometimes. They just take like 60 hours, and you know, they take forever. But if you blanch these following that video, and I'll put a link in the first comment below the video, I'll pin it to the top, to that video. If you follow that procedure, these are going to come out crispy, crunchy, and they're going to maintain their shape of the grape that they are now, not wrinkle up and shrivel up, and it's a whole grape. See? It's a whole grape. And we'll demonstrate that when we take them out of the freeze dryer. But just a short recap of what I do, but I highly recommend you watch the video. You learn a lot more from the video, but I'm just going to give you a quick brush of what we do. We get a big pot of water, bring it to a boil, then we add a good quantity of grapes into that boiling water. The temperature of the water, boiling water, instantly drops, so it goes below boiling. The grapes sink to the bottom of the water, but the heat's still on high. As that water starts to come up to temperature, back up to boiling, these grapes will start to float. It's at that time you want to scoop them out real quickly as they come to the top. Scoop them out and put them immediately into an ice water bath. That stops them from cooking. We don't want cooked grapes. It just softens that outer skin. So it comes to a boil, they float to the top, you scoop them out. As soon as they start floating to the top, as they come up, you scoop them out and put them in an ice bath instantly, and they cool down instantly. And actually, when they cool down, they'll go to the bottom of the cold water. They'll sink again. And once you've done all those, then you just drain them and tray them up. If you have not tried that, I can't emphasize enough. It's a game changer. It's one I discovered accidentally by freeze drying canned fruit cocktail, and I thought, these grapes are coming out way better than when I did grapes, cut them in half, poked holes in them. I wondered what the difference is, so I thought about it and decided that the only difference is that canned vegetables are brought up to temperature, boiling when they can them. So we discovered that accidentally, and I have never done a grape any other way than that, and they always come out beautiful. So I'll put a permanent link to that in the comments below. So we're going to get these frozen grapes into the freeze dryer. Once they're completely done, we'll take them out. Next time you see them, we'll take them out of the freeze dryer, and we'll be coating them in this confetti vanilla flavored melts. And again, I got these from Michael's. hobby store. So I'll see you when they're ready to be coated. Okay, we made it. This is the last of my series of dipping items. We did celery, bananas, cantaloupe, apples, and now grapes. So we blanched these, and I put the link down below in the description, not in the description, in the comments below, pinned to the top, on how to blanch these to get this beautiful quality. And now all we're going to do is package these up, since I am not going to be doing these right away. So we're going to just put these packaged in this gallon bag. These were a lot sweeter than the last ones I did, because they oozed a little bit of sugar, which is nothing to worry about. That's what that white stuff is. That's the sugar. So I just wanted to show you, by blanching these, how dry these dry up to be. See that? Now when you first take them out, they might be a little bit warm. They might be just what feels like a bit chewy, but they're not. You leave them sit for just a minute or so, cool down, and that's what you get, a nice powder. Blanching is the way to go. Alright, so I got these all sealed up. I'm going to put two 300cc O2 absorbers in there, put a heat seal on that, and the next time you see it, these will be ready for dipping. We'll dip them on camera. I'll see you then. Okay, we are ready to dip my grapes finally. What I got here is confetti. I thought I had 2 bags, I only got 1. So I don't know if I'll have enough to dip all my grapes. But we got this confetti, which I am going to melt according to the package direction. And I got this from Michael's. So I'm going to get this melting and I'll be right back. Okay, while that's heating up, let's go ahead and get these grapes out, because I know I got to do a little cleaning on them to get rid of the sugar, and put them into individual grapes. Alright, so there's my grapes. Let's get these all broken up, kind of cleaned up. Just going to brush this sugar off and stuff that came out in the freeze drying process a little bit. Okay, there's my first minute. Okay, those are melted up very nicely. I'm pretty sure I am not going to have enough to do all those, but we'll have a go with as many as I can. Okay, so let's just take one, dip it in my melt, completely cover it. You don't want nothing showing. Tap the excess off and drop it on your parchment paper. That's all there is to it. I'll do a couple for the camera. I might just heat that up just a little bit more, 'cause it's still a little bit thick. Alright, so I almost got through them all, but I was kind of hitting the bottom of the melts there, so, and plus I ran out of room on my tray. So there you have it. We'll get those, let those solidify, and then we'll trim them all up, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get these just trimmed up if they need it, and get them ready to display. Just trimming off any of the little spiky bits, make them look pretty. Don't really need to do it, I suppose. Okay, so we got those cleaned up a little bit. Now I'm going to show you what I think would make a great gift idea. So hopefully I'll get this out in time for you to try it this Easter. So I went to Dollar Tree and bought a bunch of stuff. So there's some carrots, some grass, a little stuffed animal, and a basket. All that stuff cost me about $6. Well, that's what I would do. Put this in here like that. Make a pretty little basket. Okay, so I didn't need that other bag. It didn't look like much in that bag. I make that. Let me get my camera refocused. No, let's do this first. Put some carrots in there. And then put some eggs in there, which is going to be my grapes. And what do you think of that? Isn't that a cute little display? Now, my kids have long grown up and they're gone. But you guys might find this kind of fun to do for your kids or for a loved one, an adult or something. Just a little idea. And plus it displays real nicely. So there you have it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do a taste test. I've already tested some off camera. So there's my grape, covered in the confetti wafers. Oh yeah, very nice. Very sweet. Almost get the yogurt flavor on that because of the tartness of the grape a little bit. Those are going to be delicious. You're going to like those. And since this is my last one for now, I've already got loads of ideas for dipping, but I know you guys are getting tired of that, so we'll move on to something else for now. But I got some brilliant ideas, I think. So I need to go through my apples. So these have been sitting on my counter for 31 days. And just in the Ziploc bag. So let's move this out of the way for now. Okay. Let's see if they're still crisp. There you go. 30 days. Ziploc bag. No O2 absorber. No desiccant. Just sitting out on the counter in a Ziploc bag. And they're still crunchy after 30 days. And that's all dependent on the coating, that you have to make sure you don't have no pinholes in those. And it seals them up and kind of keeps the moisture out. So 30 days, yes, it'll work. So there you have it. Another great success from John and Bibbs. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you try this, and I really hope you have a happy Easter. I'll see you next week.